8 years after concluding the general framework of cooperation on the Chabahar Port in Iran, India and Iran have signed a 10-year contract for its operation. Now, this long-term agreement was actually signed between Indian Ports Global Limited and Port and Maritime Organization of Iran, enabling operation of the Shahid Beheshti terminal. Subsequently, IPGL will invest approximately $120 million in equipping the port. India has also offered a credit window equivalent to $250 million for mutually identified projects aimed at improving Chabahar-related infrastructure. But the United States has warned that anyone considering business deals with Iran, they need to be aware of the potential risk of sanctions. We actually have a reaction from the US government for you, followed by Mohammed Ghazali's detailed report.
So broadly, Sean, you've heard us say this in a number of instances. Any entity, anyone considering business deals with Iran, they need to be aware of the potential risk that they are opening themselves up to and the potential risk of sanctions.
Ports and Shipping Minister Sarbananda Sonowal signed a crucial long-term agreement for India's operations at the strategic Chabahar port in Iran on Monday. This agreement, set to span over a decade with automatic renewal clauses, has been under negotiation between the two nations for approximately 3 years. The new agreement, which will be valid for 10 years, is intended to replace the original contract inked in 2016, which only covered operations at the Shahid Beheshti terminal of Chabahar Port and has been renewed on a yearly basis. India, which has financed the expansion of Chabahar Port, will be able to run it once the deal is agreed upon with Iran. This is the first time India will take over management of a port overseas. Chabahar Port is said to have a strategic importance for both Iran and India, and it is believed that it can potentially help Iran ward off the effect of Western sanctions, as well as offer India an alternative route that bypasses Pakistan. Chabahar Port serves as a counterbalance to Pakistan's Gwadar Port and China's Belt and Road Initiative. There are plans to integrate Chabahar with the international north-south transport corridor, which will help facilitate India's access to Afghanistan and Central Asia without any dependency on Pakistan. INSTC is a 7,200 kilometer long multi-mode transport project for moving freight among India, Iran, Afghanistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Russia, Central Asia and Europe. The visit of Shipping Minister during a crucial poll campaign reflects the importance of the pact that has been in the making for some years now. India's vision is to economize the movement of cargo between India and Central Asia, and the Chabahar port would act as a commercial transit center for the region. It all began in 2002 when Hassan Rouhani, who was serving as a national security advisor to then President Syed Mohammed Khatami, held a discussion with his Indian counterpart Brajesh Mishra. The next year, Khatami visited India and signed a roadmap of a strategic partnership with the then Indian Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. One of the key projects of the strategic partnership was Chabahar Port. Later, India grew closer to Bush administration-led US government, and further sanctions on Iran slowed down the growth of the project.